Okay, I'm going to run through real quick here the process I went through earlier just this morning when I obtained an EIN number for my grandmother's estate, the estate that I'm the executor for. It's a simple process, easy to do. It only takes maybe 10 minutes or so to do it, but there are a few tricky places that I'll try my best to explain to you how I handled them. All right, first thing, went to Google, estate tax ID number. Now a lot of these people are advertising because they want to do it for you and charge you for it, or they want to tell you how to do it and charge you for that. I'm going to tell you right now for free, and you'll be able to get an estate tax ID number easily, quickly, in minutes, online, for free. Now, you'll see there are, I'm not telling, I'm not a lawyer, I'm not giving legal advice, and I'm not telling you to do it on your own without a lawyer. That's up to you. You kind of have to make a judgment call, as with all these things, whether it's worthwhile to pay the lawyer or not. Sometimes it is, but especially if you have a big complicated estate. But anyway, I'll try to point out the issues as I solve them. First I do, click on the IRS site. Go there, apply for employer identification number, click apply online now. Oh, you might have noticed on that screen, talked about hours of operation. I ran into that last night, tried to apply at 11 o'clock at night for whatever reason, even though it's all done online, all automated. They're only open certain hours. I think it's between 7 in the morning and 10 at night or something like that, Eastern time. And only Monday through Friday. So just be aware of that. All right, click begin application. You want an estate tax ID, not a corporation one, not a trust one, estate. This is for probate property that I'm taking through probate for my grandmother's estate. If I want to, close out one of her bank accounts, I'm going to have to give them an estate tax ID number. So that's why I'm getting one. This just talks about what it is, what an estate is. Alright, here the first thing you're going to do is enter information about the deceased person, their name, and their social. I'm going to pause because I don't want my grandmother's or my personal information being put out all over the web. So I'll fill this out, click continue, and turn this back on when we get to the next screen. Alright, the next screen again asks whether who is the trustee of the irrevocable trust. That's me, I'm an individual, so I click that. Of course, if it was a law firm or something, it would be an existing business. Here again, I put my name in, and then down here, I'm going to click that I am the grantor. In this case, I'm the trustee for this trust. By the way, 2 screens ago, there was a question that asked whether I wanted to file rather separately as a trust, but rather with the estate. But then if you click that on, you'll see that only applies with a revocable trust, not an irrevocable. So, as you're going through this, there are helpful tips, I guess, that, these underlined places that you can click and get some helpful information. We'll see as we go along that it doesn't give you all the information that you need, but it is very helpful. Alright, we're at the next screen. Now this is an interesting screen. First of all, you put the name of the irrevocable trust, which is going to be, the name of the person. If the person's name is Sally Smith, it's going to be the Sally Smith Irrevocable Trust. County where the trust is located again. In my case, it's not Prince William, it's Fairfax, since that's where my grandmom lived. Date trust funded. Now this is a tricky thing, and I actually messed up when I did this. I put the date that it was first funded, which was in January 2012. That was when we first set up the trust. We moved my grandmom's house into the trust. The Fairfax County changed the title of her house in January 2012 to the trust. So that's what I told them. I told them that was the date it was funded. And if you click here, it doesn't really It just tells you the date that it was. It's not really very helpful here. It just tells you the date it's funded is the date it's funded is basically what it says. Well, the problem is what they really, it's a little bit tricky because they're looking for the date it was funded as an irrevocable trust. So if I had really thought it through, maybe I would have caught this mistake. It's basically a new trust when my grandmom died. Then it becomes an irrevocable trust. That's the date they're looking for. So I put the date it was first funded while it was still a revocable trust, January 2012. I should have put the date she died in July 2013. Because of that mistake, at the end of this whole thing, when I printed it out and I got my number and I printed out a letter, that, right here online, you'll get a PDF and you print out your letter. It said, our records show no tax return has been filed on this trust for the income earned by the trust. So a tax return's due. Please send us your tax return by, and it gave us a date like, a few weeks in advance. A few weeks from now. So once I figured it all out, actually at the last screen here, it says if you have any issues or problems, please contact the IRS at, and it gives you an address. So I sent a letter to the IRS and said, look guys, sorry, I messed up. The date the trust was funded is the date that my grandmom passed away, July 2013, not January 2012. Therefore, there's no income was earned on the trust until after she passed away. Therefore, no tax return will be due until next year. So that clarified it and took care of the problem for me. But just so you know, don't make the same mistake I did. The date trust is funded, at least in my situation and in a common situation, is the date that the owner of the trust passes away and the trust then becomes an irrevocable trust. Next screen, do you expect to have any employees? Nope. And there you go. Then you just click this, boom, receive letter online, click continue, and you will get your EIN confirmation letter. It's as easy as that. If you've got any questions, please post them below. Thanks. Bye.